What is up? What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing, man? More demanding info release on the Terrence Howard allegations toward Diddy. What in the world Ticket got that we ain't seen yet? Because you know, when Big Ticket start talking, he come with the receipts and the facts and everything, man. The brother is a straight shooter, period. You know, I'm looking at it was only 3 minutes ago. Oh shucks, I'm gonna have to check that out a little bit. Hey, y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Shout out to everybody, man, all my subscribers and all my Patreons. Let's check it out.
First of all, I want to tell y'all, man, I appreciate all of you guys. Y'all can hear me? I appreciate that, man. Okay. I appreciate everybody. First of all the people who just subscribe to my channels, I salute y'all. Everybody who's on the podcast show,
shout out to everybody subscribe to the Music Recording Network.
Just come in here and hit the like button, share the
video. And the Music Recording Network stream.
Special salute to the people who hit the Cash App, PayPal links, Super Chat links. Let me tell y'all something, man. Before I start this video, I just want to shout out some people who sent donations to the Cash App. The link is pinned at the top. I had a few people ask me how y'all donate to the Cash App or PayPal. All you got to do is hit the link pinned at the top of the live chat room. And it says donate here. Y'all can do that. I appreciate that. Shout out to Maria Barria.
We also we have links down in our description area, man. You click the more button. It used to say description. Now it just say more. Once you click more, it'll open up and you see all kinds of good links and stuff we have.
Tara Moses again. Janice Hibiscus Rose. Auntie Leah again. Keith Lee Pedway 28. Chandra Cruz. This goes on. Rana Gully, Bernice, Sandra. Invest in me or show me no type of love, and y'all do that. And I appreciate that. And I wanted to take this second to show y'all. I tell y'all I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That love. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else that show love and support to the channel. I appreciate all y'all too for all the work y'all know I put in on this channel. Let's get right to it, man.
Shout out to the supporters.
Diddy, man. Big shout to the brother Gene Deal, man. And make sure y'all go subscribe to the Gene Deal Show. If you guys are not subscribed to the Gene Deal Show, make sure y'all do that. Big salute to the brother Gene Deal, man.
Yeah,
he does a great show. And if you're not already subscribed, you should be subscribed. He has his own show, and he does a lot of content with the art of dialogue. So, man, much love and much salute to him as well on that. And shout out to the art of dialogue. Let me tell y'all something, right? And to the people who sending donations now, I'm going to shout y'all out either at the end of this video or I'm going to shout y'all out in the next video. But let me get to this, right? A lot of people was understanding of what Terrence Howard said, but you had a few people who, you know, they wanted to just be different and act like they was in the room. You know what I'm saying? When Terrence Howard and this situation went on. And so they wanted to judge Terrence Howard. And, you know, you always got your bookman running around here acting like Terrence Howard is, you know, capping and stuff like that. When how do you know if you wasn't in the room? it just don't make no sense whatsoever. But Big Gene Deal, apparently he does know somebody. He did know somebody who you know was around, and he kind of broke that entire situation down. And I'm going to let you guys hear what Big Gene Deal had to say about that on his channel. And make sure y'all go subscribe to his channel, the Gene Deal Show, right here on YouTube. He's got a great channel here on YouTube. I love listening to his channel. I salute him every time I hear him shout me out. I salute the brother, man, and I think that he deserves more credit because people try to talk down and act like he was supposed to be responsible for Big's life on that night when he was Puff security. P. Diddy survived. P. Diddy's alive. He actually did his job. But he tried to show love to Big too. You understand what I'm saying? And man was put in an impossible situation, if you ask me, based on everything that we saw, we heard, and we looked at. But I want y'all to hear what he said about this Terrence Howard situation, because this thing gets real crazy. And I want y'all to hear what he said. And remember, Terrence Howard, if I can refresh your memory, Terrence Howard came out. And Terrence Howard said in that interview with Patrick David Bett, the PDP podcast, Terrence Howard came out and said that his assistant told him, I think he's trying to F you. Now, some people took that as, oh, well, Terrence wasn't saying that. how in the blue hell do you think Terrence's assistant came up with out of the blue? Diddy's trying to F you.
Mm-hmm.
So Gene put the situation together. And to the brother Mad Skrilla OG, he says Gene be lying about the night Biggie died though. Was you there?
Damn, boy, y'all don't believe
Was you there?
nothing.
I didn't know a dude named Mad Skrilla OG was there. I'm just asking you, was you there? Big Gene was there. Was you there? Was you there? Well, none of these buck dancing dudes on YouTube there. So I don't want to hear nothing they got to say. If you wasn't there, sir, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say, bro. Was you there? Y'all always want to talk about somebody who was there.
Here we go.
That man was there. Was you there? See, y'all come with this bull job on YouTube and you get cooked every single day. Were you there, Mad Skrilla OG? Triple OG, OG triple. Were you there? That's all I want to know. Were you there?
But the part that tripped me out, though, I mean, let's face it. Just because Gene was there, that don't mean that he telling the truth. We understand that. But god dang, why would he lie? Him lying or telling the truth ain't gonna bring Big back. And he said that he was his whole story is about him being the bodyguard and working with Diddy. And he telling them all kinds of stuff. I can imagine, man. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it though.
You said he chased the Impala. Were you there? You ain't answering my question, dog. See, everybody asked me, why you be worried about the truck? Because they need to get cooked, man. Somebody need to pull out the strap on these dudes and give them a spanking. Point blank for bad behavior. Period. I'm asking you again, brother. Was you there?
Was you there?
You said Gene is lying. Were you there?
What makes you
I'm
think
tired of all y'all fake ass, the truth behind this, the truth behind that. Nigga, you wasn't there. And don't know nobody who was there. I'm asking you, I ain't asked you about no story. I asked you, was you there? Were you there? Let me ask you a different question. Do anybody remember anything perfectly verbatim that happened 20 years ago? 20 years ago. 20 years ago. 20 years ago. And you said his story changed. I ain't hear his story change.
Me neither.
I ain't hear his story change.
Me neither.
I never heard his story change over all these years.
Me neither.
Like I said before, were you there? Were you there?
He human. He can
if
make
you
a couple
there,
of mistakes.
Bro, you can't say nothing, dog. That's like somebody telling somebody, hey, man, this happened. You wasn't there, and you don't know nobody who was there in the room.
Poor thing. I feel sorry for some.
I'm just saying, bro. All them people know who Big Gene is. Big Gene been in all them pictures. Period. Bro, you're not answering my question. Mad Skrilla OG. You're not answering my question, brother. I didn't ask you about none of this other stuff. I asked you, were you there? That's all I asked you, dog. So if you wasn't there, bro, stop wasting people's time, man. Know your role and shut your mouth. Straight up. Because if you wasn't there, or you don't know nobody who was there, bro, you gotta fall back, bro. I'm just trying to tell you what it is, man. You gotta fall back, homie.
I'm just trying to tell you what it is, man.
Talking trash about dudes and you was not in the building, bro. I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. These things don't work like that, dog. I'm sorry, bro. It just doesn't happen. Now let's get to what Big Gene was saying, but Terrence Howard said, you understand what I'm saying? He said that Diddy, his assistant told him that Diddy was trying to F him. Nobody asked the question. Hey man, well, why would his assistant assume Diddy was trying to F him? Maybe it's because Diddy might have dropped hints to the assistant. Nobody asked that question. You know what people did? Some people said, oh, it's just lying. It's lies. Man, get out of here. Get out of here, bro. It's disgusting, bro. It's absolutely disgusting, man. Terrence Howard ain't no clout chasing type of dude. He ain't no dude out here on podcast every single day just talking, bro. That's the part people got to understand. He ain't out here going from podcast to podcast, clout chasing, talking, trying to stay on, bro. You rarely hear from the dude, and when you hear from him, you never really hear something like that. So for him to come say something like that, he got complete credibility with me. I don't see him online capping and clout chasing and all this other stuff. And again, nobody asked the question, why would his assistant come with that conclusion? Well, guess what? We're going to let Big Gene talk about it. The Gene Deal Show. Make sure y'all go subscribe to his YouTube channel.
Shout out to MREC TV.
Oh, and shout out to MREC too. Because MREC don't get the credit he deserves. Salute to MREC TV and the whole Rec squad over there. Because MREC brought Gene Deal to the forefront really with a lot of the interviews and stuff like that. So salute to MREC. He do a great job on his channel as well. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to MREC's channel too. That's facts. But like I said before, a lot of y'all sit out here and y'all just say stuff, and a lot of y'all wasn't you don't even know nobody who was there. You going off what somebody say that you don't even know, or what you read that you don't even know. Like I said before, me personally, I want to know somebody who was in the room, who was there. That's facts. Let's get to it.
This whole big, show, and we gonna show y'all evidence. We gonna show y'all proof. Like Bill Cosby say, the proof is in the pudding. We got Terrence Howard, household name, Iron Man, played in Best Man, played in that swimming coach. I forgot the name of that joint. That was a good movie.
That was a good movie, Swimming Coach.
True story. Countless other been an actor for over 30-some years.
Get Rich or Die Trying with 50 Cent.
Aurora, she said she wanted to have an entanglement. So now, Terrence Howard came out, and before him, another actor came out and said Puff called him
late at night
while he was in bed with his girl and wanted him to come over.
Yeah.
He talking about Columbus Short. The actor Columbus Short.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
He said, who all at the party? He said, no, just me and you. Nobody paid that no attention.
That's facts. But we'll sit out here. Let me stop right there. But we'll sit out here and call all these accusers liars. Think about this shit now. You got celebrities saying this stuff. People ain't even pay this no attention. Boss Talk 101 did the interview. That shit got damn near 500,000 views, and people act like, I don't believe it. Bro, this shit is crazy to me, bro. Crazy. But the truth will always rise.
Now, Terrence Howard said he came over at first to be his acting coach. And he said that Puff was just looking at him like, hold on, let me get a little closer. He said Puff was looking at him like this.
Just staring at him.
Yeah.
Staring at him.
Yeah.
Terrence said, he was like, yo, my man, action, cut. He said, Puff never came out of character. The nigga was just saying. He said the nigga just looked at him like that.
And shout out to the brother Win Now in the Cash App with the donation. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate that. Right now, Win Now just sent a donation to the Cash App. If y'all want to donate, the link pinned at the top of the chat. And if you want a wrench, people keep asking me about a wrench. A wrench is a $100 donation to the Cash App. You automatically get a wrench. All you gotta do is send me a Cash App, send your name with $100, and I will send your name in the comments, and I will give you an automatic moderator wrench.
Now, the acting thing didn't work. Puff was engaged in trying to get entangled and trying to see how he could flip a real man. A dude from the Midwest who didn't care about how much money he had, who didn't care about getting his music or his production or anything done. He was trying to see, can he flip a real man?
Come on now. But they don't want to hear this truth. Everybody lying. That's what they say. That's what they say, y'all. Everybody lying. That's the word that these people like to use. They lying. Everybody lying. Okay, everybody lying, man. After a while, man, that shit get old, bro. That shit get played out, dog. After a while, somebody got to be out here telling the goddamn truth. Because y'all know what the truth gonna do. It's always gonna set you and keep you free at all times. All lies will be exposed. Everybody know this. This ain't even a question about it. All lies will be exposed. And so that's another reason why I found Terrence Howard so credible. Because Terrence Howard, right? Let me repeat this again. Terrence Howard don't come out here talking this type of shit like this on the regular. Terrence Howard have not been accused of being a liar, capper, or clout chaser in the industry. Nobody's ever came and accused him of it. Nobody. Terrence Howard's not a dude who's running around here seeking attention for clout. Never did it. Never did it. Never did it. Right? So what you get is you get a bunch of plants that's around here, right? Plants that are put in the media, plants that are bought and paid for, right? That will come out here and lie and cap. You understand what I'm saying? Because they feel like they're close to fortune and fame and whatever like that. And they really ain't. They just pawns. You understand? But the truth will always shine bright. See, I was raised right. You understand what I'm saying? I was raised right. And a nigga like P. Diddy ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell a dude like that. Nah, man. That's not gonna work, bro. We gonna have to, you understand what I'm saying? That's not gonna work. So when you have to stand up to these evils and to these demons and to these devils that y'all see out here, you have to be strong. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're strong. But you have to be stronger. Your will, your desire, you understand? Your belief, your self-belief, and what you believe in, your core values have to be stronger than this demonic system that's been put out here. You feel me? And that's facts.
Especially to have sex with
that's
another
facts.
man.
You can lie to everybody.
Especially to have ass with another man.
But you know what? You can't lie to that man upstairs. You can't lie to that man upstairs. You understand what I'm saying? Can't lie to that man upstairs. And see, and the problem is, a lot of these cats don't believe in nothing.
Nothing.
That's where you get a lot of these issues at. So when a lot of these cats do things, they have no heart. You know why? Because they don't believe in it. They have no belief system. I'm telling y'all this. They have no belief system. You feel me? So when you have no belief system, this is what happens. This is what happens. Yeah, they have no belief system. So
shout out to Terrence Howard, man.
So like I said before, right? You see this guy in the comment section?
He don't want to be an actor.
You see this guy in the comment section trying to cause confusion?
Terrence is all into
see him in the comments?
Some
trying to cause
physics
confusion
type stuff.
See all this? Sad, brother.
I'm trying to.
You understand? Sad, brother. You know what I mean? But, you know, hey, at the end of the day, I'm just going to tell you, man. Hey, straight up, bro. Listen, man. You feel me?
Oh, my God.
You can praise all these celebrities all you want. But it's funny that y'all pick and choose the celebrities y'all want to praise. Y'all pick and choose the celebrities y'all want to listen to. Y'all pick and choose the celebrities that you say is capping and that you telling the truth. So, because you didn't like what Terrence Howard had to say, y'all say he capping. Dang. Oh, Terrence Howard, he capping, man. He capping. Why? Because he didn't say what you wanted him to say. Ah, nigga. Y'all niggas like taking up for celebrities, nigga. Take up for the celebrities. Take up for the celebrities. Stand on that.
Stand on that.
See, they pick and choose. Stand on that. Yeah. Let's keep going. What Brother Gene Deal had to say. Shout out to the Gene Deal Show. Make sure y'all go subscribe to him.
A dude from the Midwest who didn't care about how much money he had, who didn't care about getting his music or his production or anything done. He was trying to see, can he flip a real man? Hey, Terrence, want a drink? Not here for that. I'm here to play my music this time. Terrence goes and plays his music. Puff is like this, looking at him.
Just staring at him. Not even saying nothing, just staring at him.
Just staring at him.
He could see the frustration on his face.
Hear his voice, hear his breath. Oh my God, boy. Gene, you funny.
Puff never uttered a word. Terrence was like, what the fuck is this? Puff was like, have a drink.
Oh my God.
I'm good.
Shout out to Cicely in the Cash App with a $50 donation. She said, keep going, take it. No doubt, baby.
No
you already
doubt.
know what it is.
Yeah.
He leaves. Now, like Dr. DaCosta said, Puff have failed the whole LGBT gay community because he didn't know how to bring it home.
Damn.
Terrence Howard came back and he said this, y'all. And this is what they do to get other people involved in their bullshit.
Damn.
Puff did it to Jennifer Lopez. Puff was so close to Jennifer Lopez's personal assistant that he used to do favors for her. Just to know what Jennifer was doing, she used to pass that information on to Puff. And Puff used to say to her, yo, if it wasn't for me, you understand, she would have fired you a long time ago because she had did some shit and Jennifer was going to fire her. But Jennifer didn't fire her. She kept her on. So now Puff used that as a leverage. So Puff did not go straight to Terrence Howard because when he was looking at Terrence like this,
all that noise,
Terrence
man.
wasn't giving no vibe.
Oh my God.
So what he did was he went to his personal assistant and tried to feel out what Terrence was about and probably what Terrence could, would, should, or maybe would do. Tried to fill that out. You hear what Christy O said? That's one of my moderators. Y'all read that for a minute while I tell y'all this.
Read that while I tell you this.
He went to his personal assistant and tried to ask him some information if Terrence went that way. Terrence didn't get all the way into it, but I know I've seen it done. They went to the personal assistant, try to fill out what Terrence was about. That's why the personal assistant went back to Terrence and said, yo, I want you to come through next week. He want to take you out. He said, take me out for what? He said, I think he want to fuck you, Terrence, and did.
There we go right there. 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 Listen to that again. That's very important right there. Because everybody's saying, oh, well, how does he really know? How in the blue hell do you think the assistant going to come back out of all things and say, yeah, I think he want to bang you? Don't you think the assistant would have had a clue?
Mm-hmm. They know.
Thank God Gene Deal breaking this down correctly, man. Because I don't know what the hell is wrong with people, man.
They know.
His personal assistant and tried to ask him some information if Terrence went that way.
My bad,
Terrence didn't get all the way into it, but I know I've seen it done. They went to the personal assistant, try to fill out what Terrence was about. That's why the personal assistant went back to Terrence and said, yo, I want you to come through next week. He want to take you out. He said, take me out for what? He said, I think he want to fuck you, Terrence.
There it go right there. Now you see how this stuff works. This Gene Deal saying this. Not no Tom, Dick, and Harry. This is a dude who was actually bodyguarding P. Diddy.
Facts.
Who was around him a lot of times.
Facts.
Knows how the dude operates. When you're around somebody for a lot of time, you know how they operate better than anybody else.
That's facts.
Straight up. Think about this stuff. Think about this stuff.
I got a crick in my neck.
Terrence Howard caught the whip and said, oh, this dude playing games. Man, come on, bro. I ain't got no time for this. And everybody want to take a picture when they're at a formal event and try to make it seem like he got done in by Diddy. Come on, bro. This is the Bookman type of talk.
Yeah.
Hey, booger.
Stop using ChatGPT like everyone.
Let's get to this. Because this part right here is the very most important.
There's a short life in
why do you think that is? What the creative side is?
Well, because losing out money, you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far. You know, who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. You know, when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
Shout out to Tony for the $100 donation in the Cash App. Tony,
Tony Yayo. No, I'm just
Guajardo. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Hot damn.
I appreciate you, brother. Salute to you, my brother. Came through with a hundo piece in the Cash App, man. Salute to him. And also salute to K-Cell with the donation as well, too. Appreciate him, man. Salute to everybody that's supporting the channel, man. I'm just saying, bro. The man said it straight up, man. You lose your man card. Then here's the thing that destroyed me. Come on, Patrick David Beck. What are you talking about something? What do you mean, man card? You don't know what the man card is, bro? That's your manhood, bro.
Your manhood.
That's your manhood. That's who you are as a man.
This your card. This is what you are. This is your card.
You think it's normal for a dude to be calling other niggas daddy?
This is your card.
Yeah, daddy.
This is your book. Your
I love how you looking, daddy.
How many men you slept with will be in this book.
Oh.
How many women you sleep with will be in the book.
I want y'all to really think about this shit.
Your manhood.
Niggas
your
ain't stuck to this nigga like, hold on, man. What you say, dog?
Yeah.
Bro, don't ever talk to me like that ever again, bro.
Like 50. 50 said that.
Y'all ain't see no resistance.
What this nigga
think
say?
about that, bro. I want y'all to think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about it.
We got to be boys for years for you to start some. Go ahead, man. Stop playing, man.
Yeah. Hey. I love it when you scrambling and scraping. Daddy.
I love it when you,
You scraping and scrambling. Niggas talk all this gangster talk on the regular.
Yep.
This man called grown man daddy.
Yeah.
And that gangster talk went out the window, nigga.
Yeah. Because Puffy come in.
Getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. You know, when you lose your man card.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time.
Every man know what I'm saying. Are you saying what I'm thinking you saying? No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, man. If you're a man, unless you lost the card already.
You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things. When you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood.
But let me say this. And this is where I wish Patrick David Bed would have did a better job in this interview. And I don't have nothing against him, but I wish he'd have did one thing. And that is, he should have asked, well, what about the guys who had it taken from him? And he will say, what do you mean had it taken from him? What about the people who went over there to do work, like you say you did, and maybe took a drink, got their drink spiked, and next thing you know, this dude is woken up on top of you?
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah.
And you feel incapacitated.
Shoot. I would be.
What about those type of situations?
I'd be getting back at
or where
this
he
dude.
outnumbered you because he had so many security or whatever, and they was threatening. Because I'm telling you something, man. Some people are afraid to let it all on the line to protect their manhood, bro. Some people are afraid to check out. Like, hey, man, look, you gonna have to just, you know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you, man. I'll be honest with you, bro. I'll be honest. A lot of these dudes will, for fortune and fame.
Facts.
I'm trying to tell y'all this.
That's facts.
For money.
That's the only way you can get
fortune,
in.
Fame. Did y'all hear what Terry Crews said? I know we all clown Terry Crews because he's a big, strong dude. Did you hear what Terry Crews said on where was he at? Capitol Hill?
No, I didn't hear this one.
Where was Terry Crews at? He was on Capitol Hill?
Yeah.
Right? When he testified? Right? Remember that? Remember Terry Crews went in? Right? Remember when Terry Crews went in? Y'all forgot about that, right? Or did you forget about that?
Name is Terry Crews. I'm an actor, author, former athlete, advocate, and a survivor of a sexual assault. This past year, we have seen powerful men in Hollywood and elsewhere finally held accountable for sexual harassment and assault. We also saw the backlash survivors faced after coming forward. I wanted these survivors to know that I believed them. I supported them, and that this happened to me too. This encouraged me to come forward with my own experience and reflect on the cult of toxic masculinity that exists in our society. As a child, I watched my father violently abuse my mother, using his power and authority to dominate her.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I tell y'all, this is the problem with a lot of these clowns on here. They watch their daddies do it, so they think it's okay. So when they seeing their daddies beating up on their mamas, they grow up watching that. They think that's the example. Now the only problem I have with Terry Crews is bro, you got muscles coming out your head and the back of your neck, bro. Somebody put their hands on your beefcake and it's a grown man, bro. Bro, I'm sorry, bro. I don't care about none of this career. I don't care about none of this shit, bro. Bro, you get knocked out, bro. Period.
Yeah. But it happened to him. He's seen his father when he was a kid. That's probably why he got all the muscles, so he can knock his father out in the future. Yeah. So he was talking about the past tense. I don't know how long he's had those muscles. How long ago he talking about? He could have been in elementary school when he saw his father being that way.
There ain't even no question, bro.
But you're right though.
There ain't even no question.
Man,
you can't be walking around that big with muscles coming out your eyeballs and you ain't lay somebody out, man. But this dude, you gonna let this dude grab a whole handful of your junk and tell you who own you. No dice. You different than them other dudes who, you know, them little fashion dudes who's small and don't have no strength, ain't powerful like that. And okay, whatever you want. Nah, man. Terry Crews? Bruh, let me tell you something, man. Dude should have been seeing stars. And then when everybody asks you why, you supposed to tell everybody because he grabbed my jank. Period.
All I could think of was how to protect her. How if I get strong, I can protect her from this living.
Man, he wasn't threatened with no weapon. He was in a public event. How he get threatened with a weapon? He said this happened at a public party. I seen you in the comment section said that. How he did that? How he did that? How he did? Shout out to Justin the Cash App with the donation too. Salute to you, brother. He came through with a 50-piece too. Appreciate that. How? Answer that question. I want you to answer that question. How? How? Please answer the question for us. I'm waiting for you to do it. I'm begging for you to do it. Please. Let me see who this is. Hold on. Shout out to Tony who just and I know y'all think I'm capping, so I'm gonna show y'all I ain't capping. Tony 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦. Man, these mofos really be hating. When y'all be showing love to the channel and stuff like that, hitting the Cash App, PayPal, they hate that shit for real, for real.
For real.
They sitting up there really hate old Bookman type shit. And to the look at this person right here. You're blocked. Let me block you right now.
Get out my channel. God, what'd he do? He be blocking people off the
quick
chain.
I blocked you. You out of here.
Yeah.
You come in here with that cap, I'm sending you to the upper room. No question about it.
The upper room.
Let me show y'all what I'm talking about real quick. Just to show you I was never capping. And I apologize to the brother because I can't pronounce your last name.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, brother. Tony 𝗗𝗢𝗡𝗞𝗦, who just sent that $100. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate you. You sent $200. $200 donations. I just want to show the people what's real. You sent one at 10:50, and you sent one at 10:42 p.m. I'm gonna show them the other one you just sent, brother. I appreciate it, man. That's love, brother. Let me show the other one right now.
Shout out Big Ticket.
Show the other one right now. There you go, right there, 10:42 p.m. Salute to you, brother. Much love to you. But I'm just trying to tell y'all what the real is, bro. So for Terry Crews, you to be that big, bro, you supposed to go outside and do head, bro. We ain't even supposed to ask no questions. And Tony, let me know where you is in the chat room, and I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna give you a wrench. All you gotta do is hit me and let me know your chat name. Whatever your chat name is in the chat room, let me know what your screen name is, and I'm gonna give you a wrench. Moderator.
As I grew up, this thought transformed the type of man I became. I swore I would never be like my father. And yet I believe to my core that as a man, I was more valuable in this world than women. As a protector and symbol of strength, I was more worthy, that women were beneath me. I used images of women's body and pornography at my disposal, validating my need for control. I often cut women short of sharing personal details of their lives so they would seem less human, less real. As a man, I was taught my entire life that I must control the world. So I used power, influence, and control to dominate every situation, from the football field to the film set, even in my own home with my wife and children. Then, in 2016, while at a party with my wife, I was sexually assaulted by a successful Hollywood agent. The assault lasted only minutes, but what he was effectively telling me while he held my genitals in his hand was that he held the power. That he.
Now, let me rewind that again. Because, you know, everybody going to talk about how all these people lying and stuff like that. Now, I got a problem with Terry Crews because Terry Crews supposed to stand on business. You that big and strong, bro? Nah, ain't no way, bro. You supposed to make an example out of him. Hey, I'm sorry, bro. I lose my whole career. You supposed to make an example out of him, bro. But listen to what he said. But I guess he lying too, right?
Assault lasted only minutes. But what he was effectively telling me while he held my genitals in his hand was life that I must control the world. Validating my need for control, I often cut women short of sharing personal details of their lives so they would seem less human, less real. As a man, I was taught my entire life that I must control the world. So I use power, influence, and control to dominate every situation.
Shout out to Bernard Brown in the Cash App. He came through with a $100 donation. Salute to you, my brother. I appreciate you for that, man. Love to you, man. And I appreciate all of y'all, man, that show love and support what I do. And all you got to do is send me your screen name and I'll give you a moderator wrench.
From the football field to the film set, even in my own home with my wife and children. Then, in 2016, while at a party with my wife, I was sexually assaulted by a successful Hollywood agent. The assault lasted only minutes, but what he was effectively telling me while he held my genitals in his hand was that he held the power, that he was in control. This is how toxic masculinity permeates culture. As I shared my story, I was told over and over that this was not abuse, that this was just a joke, that this was just horseplay. But I can say that one man's horseplay is another man's humiliation. And I chose to tell my story and share my experience to stand in solidarity with millions of other survivors in the world. That I know how hard it is to come forward. I know the shame associated with assault. It happened to me. I'm not a small or insecure man, but in that moment and in the time following, I've never felt more emasculated. As I watch women and colleagues in my industry come forward to share their Me Too stories, this shame washed over me again and again, and I knew I had to act. I am honored to use my platform and story to help create additional civil rights protections for survivors across the nation under the Sexual Assault Survivors Bill of Rights. Which is why the Sexual Assault Survivors Bill of Rights is a critical bill that must be enacted in all 50 states. This bill gives survivors the right to a fully government-subsidized rape kit to alleviate the financial burden of seeking justice. It gives survivors the right to receive information, including access to police reports, rape kit results, and access to sexual assault counselors. And by requiring that rape kits and forensic DNA evidence.
Now, y'all hear what Terry Crews was saying. He basically said, dude held his beefcake and said, you belong to me.
Yeah.
Squeezed his beefcake and said, you belong to me. Now, why he, as big and strong as Terry Crews is, why he didn't knock this dude in the next century, I have no idea. And I'm not with that. I don't respect Terry Crews off that. I think Terry Crews should have went ahead and set it off.
Facts.
Good. I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because...
Shout out to Lady JJ with the donation too. Salute to you, sis. I appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
They get fluid, and next thing you know, once it go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So,
hey, and the like button is free. Y'all can hit the like button. That's free. That ain't even nothing. Everybody hit the like button, man. We should get almost near 2,000 likes, man.
2,000.
Gene Deal told y'all basically what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But they're gonna say Gene lying too, right? When they ain't ever really spent no quality time around Diddy. Gene Deal spent years around Diddy. When you're around a man every single day, knowing and seeing all the things, how a person moves, like I said, you really know how a person is. How I'm gonna listen to somebody who ain't been in that position versus somebody who have been in that position. That's like somebody on the outside telling people how you are as a man in your house, and we not with you in your house on a day-to-day basis. Makes no sense.
Maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how.
And he said the things they did. Now think about this. Justin Bieber and them, everybody heard this. Everybody heard this. Everybody heard this. And guess what? Justin Bieber ain't come out and say, nah, that's a lie. That ain't never happened to me. These niggas just shut up. Everybody shut up. Why? That's how you know he ain't lying. They all shut up. Why Bieber and all them other dudes that party with LeBron James said, man, nigga, you out your mind. Nigga ain't never violated me. I ain't never did. Ain't none of them said nothing. Think about that. He directly addressed Bieber. Think about that.
They did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever. You gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the
Hell
consequences
yeah.
when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me.
And that's how you know dude ain't lying, right? He didn't bring that up. He didn't bring this specific thing with Diddy up. Patrick David Bett asked him. If Patrick David Bett would have asked him a different question about something and moved on, he'd have moved on. But he asked him about that specific, and he answered it.
Okay. Hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I'm playing the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers coming to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
Means everything over there.
Y'all have it. So shout out to Big Gene breaking that down, man. I mean, ain't nothing else y'all can really say, man. I mean, it is what it is. Take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lakeisha and the Cash App, the donation too. I appreciate you, sis. Much love to you. Y'all already know what it is, though, man. You know, so apparently the assistant, you know, the assistant ain't going back telling this dude, hey, man, I think he's trying to F you for no reason. Nah, the assistant had to have a certain type of intuition. There had to been something that had been displayed or relayed to the assistant for that to be said. Trust me. Trust what I'm telling y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Salute to everybody tapping on there, man. Love, honor, and respect, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you know, and blessings. Like I said before, man. You understand? Blessings. Peachy, salute to you for getting a membership once again.
Most definitely.
Stand 10 toes down, showing love to your boy. I appreciate you, girl. You know what it is. You understand? See, it's hard for people to want to stand up for the truth when we live in a world full of demons.
Facts.
And devils.
Facts.
But somebody got to be a leader.
Oh,
somebody has to be able to take that thing and say, you know what? I'm not going to be Bookman. Nah.
I don't want to be Bookman.
Nah. Y'all let me know what y'all feel, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying?
Peace out. Peace out, man. Ticket be putting it down. I'm glad I did this because I was going to say that he could go over the same thing I did. But you always learn something. And just like studying, you got to redo it over and over again. So the information hits a little different when it came from his channel. And also the dude, Terrence, I didn't know that. I remember him saying that. I remember him talking or the speech and everything. But long story short, I don't remember he actually saying somebody grabbed him at a daggone party. So yeah, that's definitely different. That's different for me. Hey, my boo-boo just called me, y'all. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell him Uncle Mike told you so. She waving, y'all. Peace out.